Frazier is a poet, children's writer, author, and performer. She was born in Brooklyn, New York, and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. DuEwa is an author of several books, including Quincy Rules, 2016, Deanne in the Middle, 2014, and Goddess Under the Bridge, Poems, 2013. Her work has been published in magazines, literary journals, and anthologies, including Crossing the Divide Anthology and 1111 Literary Journal. Visit her website at www.duewaworlds.com. Okay. Wow! Thank you. Woohoo!
A poem from my book, Goddess Under the Bridge. It's a poem titled Cowgirls for Susan Lloyd Parks, the award-winning playwright. We remixed Wilson, Hainsbury, Baldwin, and Hurston to create you. You stomped on our fright, loosed our woulda, coulda, shoulda excuse, rock and rolled us with your third eye vision, the way only a bad sister can, so we became your clan. There are few of us left, wild women waking to use art as ritual, hips rumbling when we walk, bellies and wombs full of our prose, hair connecting with roots of ancestor scribes, carrying wisdom of the Tao in our hands. We are wiser than generations before. We know amethyst, lapis lazuli, carnelian, and onyx are more precious than diamonds. We write rhyme to tell time and tell it like it is, your word bling. We are beyond mediocrity. We are beyond complacency. We earth, wind, fire, water goddesses, healing broken ones to the nth degree. We burn buildings with our brightness. We next generation warriors jacking sky. We fly. We settle this new frontier, birthing new daughters who got next on the stage. We locked, loaded, and lettered. We healers at the podium, recording language, then playing it back. Rotating images you can read, notes you can sing. We transform ourselves into digital rainbows, fighting the power, bringing that beat back. I'm getting over a little cold from traveling, so please bear with me. I'm gonna do what poets do and just do it. Okay. My next poem this is titled Blues River, also from my collection. No one ever swims in the river where cobblestones disappear, where Oshun waits for honey and cinnamon, holding her mirror up for you to catch a glimpse of your reflection in the waves. Hey yeye for a love blessing. No one ever swims in the river that separates St. Louis from East St. Louis. Don't be caught in East Boogie after dark. You do, you better come strapped. No one ever swims in the water traveling from Louisiana to Minnesota like ancestors during the Great Migration. Mississippi songs called blues, floating on the backs of traveling souls, creating a world from hope. No one ever swims in the mighty Mississippi River unless to get swept away in time and never return. A lot of the poems in this collection are very short because these are poems that I spent workshopping in various workshops in New York City some years ago. And a lot of times I remember my teachers were ones who really helped us focus on editing, constant creation of clarity for your work. And so these are not so much performance poems as some of the ones I wrote when I was younger, and I was mainly just doing spoken word performance. So I just wanted to note that. Okay, this next poem is titled Gypsy for Lucille Clifton, the late poet Lucille Clifton. My spirit collected memories from Mississippi, a journey I could never forget. Ancestors threatened to call me home. I wrote on the back of my great-grandmother, a Native American, an African, a woman with metal in her core. I could never stop moving, once a gypsy, always a gypsy. Trained to survive from the center of my mother's garden, I was a child of a mother, not a father. a delayed genius, a fearful porcupine. I change my colors depending on who I have to fight next.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have like about 9 minutes.
This one is titled Unequally Yoked. You followed my scent, an enticing danger you weren't strong enough to handle. When you entered, you didn't recognize that my cave has guardians, always watching and protecting. You have always known me. I was the yellow feather floating over your head, the dog barking in the night, the burning in your stomach, the old woman's sound advice, an enticing danger. You never wanted to kiss with your eyes closed, afraid of my conjure. Your lack of depth became my boredom. I tried in vain to introduce you to my tribe. You were never in danger of becoming who I needed. Your constitution wasn't built for that. You weren't in love with ritual or righteousness. I wasn't in love with ambiguity or secrecy. We were unequally yoked. A part of my soul you kept. I'll get it back when I see you next lifetime. All right. Here's some new poems that I have never ever shared. I'm still working. I'll start with this one titled A Piece of Peace. I need a piece of peace that stands tall like a brave queen, carrying a sage smudge wand, dancing with courage in between metal stakes, in between buildings with no light, staring into eyes with no soul. I need a piece of peace that caresses hills and mountains, ringing Tibetan bells, sprinkling holy water on a patch of hell. I need a piece of peace that talks back to the crooked paths and the crooks, that saves the sinner and soothes the saint. I need a piece of peace that is a living testament, singing glory, glory, hallelujah, reaching back into history to slay this thing called hate. I need a piece of peace that greases my scalp, steeps a pot of peppermint orange tea, and meditates in the morning on a thing called love. Truth is a three-way perspective. It's what he said, it's what she thought, it's what he saw on the camera of a phone, a loud boom, shot down, said he felt like a giant, and the man who did it, well, he didn't look surprised. Maybe because I can't find the other piece. Okay. I'm sorry for the pause. I just want to make sure. Sandra. This is for Sandra Bland, for those of you who know that case. I still really get emotional when I think about it. Sandra, she was a butterscotch baby, happy and filled with pride, cornrows in her hair, intense eyes, a straight neck and back with shoulders that were strong. She could have been a mama or a big mama one day, but she didn't come home. What's a black woman to do on a hot day when she's on her way to a new job, possibly running the speed limit? She wasn't speeding. She was cruising to her destiny. that was somehow interrupted by an unfortunate encounter with a man who could never be called gentleman. She questioned this interruption and answered every question asked. Would it have happened if her father, uncle, brother were in the car with her? What if it were a rainy day instead of a clear and sunny day? How does the weather impact fear? Had she not have been tall, or had he not have had backup? Had she have delayed while getting dressed earlier, or perhaps not gone to work at all that day? How would a slight change in movement affect the madness to come? Okay, I'm just going to share two more. All right, for those of you that have any children, because this is going to have language. Okay. How it started. It all started with a damn, get out the damn street. Then a fuck, get the fuck out the street. A young man's jaw tightened, and then a yo, yo, yo from his friend. Yo, did you hear what he said? He shrugged his shoulders, brushed it off because he had somewhere to go, and he was on his own territory. The diss was heard but not heard. Disses from officers are heard but certainly not respected. Canfield, the name of this street where brothers and some uncles and cousins and children watch the heat. Two men, one authorized and legal, one that is not, each appearing to defend himself, except one ends up dead. Okay, this is my last piece here. The length. It's like pain exploding into purple and then nothingness. It's like voices in a riot, never-ending chanting and hands linking Selma to Ferguson. It's like justice for injustice, something that don't come around too often, like a yellow cat with blue stripes, a grown baby, a pimp for president, an indictment for a legal murder. Then again, it's like an all-night vigil with somebody hanging in the balance. Ma'am, pull over. Your car windows are tinted. Your plates do not show up. You don't look like you should be driving this car. We need to look in the trunk. Don't move. Put your hands on the steering wheel. Don't talk. What's your name? Need to see some ID. You say this is your house. You don't live here. You couldn't possibly live here. People who belong here live here. We came to take you where you belong. After the fireworks are over, light streaming in blue, red, and white all over the night sky and at the barbecue. Bellies are full and the babies have tired themselves, and all the mamas and daddies kiss, the babies placing them in strollers. And those are the kinds of memories we would rather remember. Thank you.